A couple of years ago, I was having a recurring dream for about 6 months. It was a frustrating bathroom dream, and it kind of went one of two ways. Either I needed to use the bathroom and I couldn't find a bathroom. So I'm just like running around the dream trying to find a bathroom and I can't. Or I would find a bathroom but would not have privacy. So there were either other people there, or there was no stall, or there was no privacy. So I wouldn't use the bathroom either. So in either case, I had to use the bathroom and I couldn't. And so I was having this dream for about at least 6 months. It was just recurring. And I was like, all right, something is trying to get through to me. Like there's some reason why I'm having this dream. And so I have this book. It's called Belonging by Tokapa Turner. And this is the book that I used to try to figure out what was this dream about. This is a very good book for helping you to decipher dreams. And what I learned was that this dream happens when there is like an unequal energy exchange between yourself and your own body. So basically, at this point in time, my body was trying to tell me that I was putting out too much, like asking too much of my body and not pouring enough back in. And basically, I was on a path to burnout. And so after I learned this, I made some changes, and eventually I stopped having a dream. It just completely stopped. And so I was happy to know that my body gave me those messages. I figured out what it meant, made the changes, and then it stopped. So I say all this to say that if you're anything like me and many of the clients that I've had through the years, when you are pressed above measure, your body sends you messages. And it may come as a dream, or it may come as physical symptoms. Like maybe you have poor digestion, or you feel drained or burned out, or you might have skin breakouts or chronic pain, which a lot of times at the root of those two things is inflammation. So either it shows up on your skin or in your body as some kind of physical pain. For example, arthritis is painful, and that's inflammation of the joints. It could also even show up as unplanned weight changes, either up or down, or maybe just, what else? Even hair loss can be induced by stress. So there's a lot of different ways that our body will let us know you are pressed beyond measure. And a lot of times, we have expectations on us that we need to have it all together, whether it's coming from other people or maybe even our own selves. So even though we are kind of feeling this way, feeling this kind of dis-ease, we still show up for all of our obligations. We're booked, we're busy, we're stressed, but we're still showing up. And what I have found is that sometimes you could be surrounded by people, whether in your house, whether at work, and on the inside, you might still be feeling a bit alone and even down, because for whatever reason, when we feel like we don't have it all together, we almost feel like we have to hide that. We have to hide our true inner state, how we really feel. And so even though we're still doing all the things, nobody really knows what we're dealing with on the inside, and that can make us feel kind of alone. And at a certain point, you might even get to the point where you limit seeing people altogether because it's just too much. Like, it's too much to tend to other people's needs. It's too much to kind of put up this facade like everything is good when you're not doing so good. So at this point, sometimes dietary fats, sweets, or carbs, they come into the mix because they're comforting. And at the end of the day, you don't feel so good, and these kind of foods make you feel good, at least in the short term. And sometimes what can happen is that you feel good initially with the comfort food, but then afterwards you're like, okay, I don't feel so good. I ate too much. And then you don't feel so good. You might even feel worse than when you started. And if you actually do have a consistent wellness or movement routine, eating like this can kind of take away from the results of your program. So it really can, be disconcerting to be trying to deal with the stress, turning to food, and then feeling like, oh my gosh, now I'm kind of like undermining my health and my wellness and my movement routine. So, this is what I've seen in a lot of clients, and I've experienced it in myself. And, at times like this, we don't even feel like cooking. So it's like there's less home cooking, there is more eating out or ordering in, and that can add up. The price tag on that can add up. So, if this is something that you're going through right now, I just want to acknowledge that you're probably under some kind of pressure, and are probably doing the best that you can. And no matter what your situation is, you still have desires. You still want to feel good, you want to look better, you want to feel better, you want to move better. So despite the stress, despite the strain, you still have these wants. And it's like you still want to improve your fitness, you want relief from inflammatory breakouts, you want better digestion and less bloating. And what I have seen in myself and in my clients over the past 20 years of doing wellness coaching is that when your life gets to a point where you feel booked, busy, and stressed, the actual foods that you're eating, or it could be the way you eat, in some kind of way it takes an unintentional, undesirable hit. And then the domino effect is it usually takes your energy, your healthy digestion, and your physical conditioning with it. So this is like an undesirable side effect to being in this stressed and busy and booked state for too long. So if any of this sounds like what you're going through, if you really feel like you're overwhelmed right now and you're too busy to cook up healthy, delicious meals, I just want to say that your desires still matter. The fact that you still want to feel more energized, you want to feel more peace, you want to feel more spacious, you want to feel more physically fit, those are still valid. And it is possible to get there in ways that feel nourishing to you and that you enjoy and that can work with your schedule and that are effective. And I have created something that can help, and I'll be announcing it soon. So if you would like to be notified when I make the announcement, just contact me. There's a link in my bio. And in the meantime, until I make that announcement, this Monday on December 18th, I'm hosting an online group somatic session. And the whole intention, the focus is to relax and to improve your digestion. So if that is something that speaks to you right now, you can sign up for that. And the link for that is also in my bio. So Until then, be well, and I will talk to you soon.